Good morning and welcome to our daily Devo for this Tuesday morning, the 13th of August. Our devotion today is entitled Regarding Work. It is from the Charles Dickens work, Little Dorrit, which we've been to a number of times in our devotions here, and we're there again. Of course, that'll be followed by some clarification of things for us from Gene Fisher. Regarding work from Little Dorrit. But it's a dear, good world, and I love it, said Gawain. It lies fair before you now, said Arthur. Fair as the summer river, cried the other with enthusiasm, and by Jove, I glow with admiration of it, and with ardor to run a race in it. It's the best of old worlds, and my calling the best of old callings, isn't it? Full of interest and ambition, I conceive, said Clenham. And imposition, added Gawain, laughing. We won't leave out the imposition. I hope I may not break down in that, but there, my being a disappointed man may show itself. I may not be able to face it out gravely enough. Between you and me, I think there is some danger of my being just enough soured not to be able to do that. To do what? Asked Clenham. To keep it up. To help myself in my turn, as the man before me helps himself in his, and pass the bottle of smoke, to keep up the pretense as to labor and study and patience and being devoted to my art and giving up many solitary days to it and abandoning many pleasures for it and living in it and all the rest of it. In short, to pass the bottle of smoke according to rule. Hopefully we're going to find out what a bottle of smoke is. But it is well for a man to respect his own vocation, whatever it is, and to think himself bound to uphold it and to claim for it the respect it deserves. Is it not? Arthur reasoned. From Little Dorrit. In Charles Dickens's time, well, here we go. First sentence, they're going to tell us what that is. In Charles Dickens's time, to pass the bottle of smoke meant to agree to a lie. Interesting. Agree to a lie. As used by Henry Gawain in this passage, it is an apathetic statement that suggests his work as an artist is meaningless. Arthur Clenham argues that respecting one's work and doing one's best is admirable, a somewhat surprising statement since Arthur is ineffectual at most everything he does. The key to respecting whatever work God calls us to is found in Colossians 3:23. It says there, whatever you do, work at it with all your heart as working for the Lord, not for human masters. And Ecclesiastes 9 verses 10 and 11 adds this, whatever your hand finds to do, do it with all your might. For in the realm of the dead where you are going, joyful sound, there is neither working nor planning nor knowledge nor wisdom. The race is not to the swift or the battle to the strong, nor does food come to the wise or wealth to the brilliant or favor to the learned, but time and chance happen to them all. We can't be certain if our work will produce the outcome we are hoping for. Some people work very little and are rewarded, and some work much and receive nothing. But if we work as if we are working for the Lord, then we can be content, knowing that our effort is pleasing to Him. I think we can fool ourselves there as I read that last sentence. If we work as if working for the Lord, we can deceive ourselves so easily. The heart is desperate, the Word tells us. And we can convince ourselves we are indeed, I'm doing this for the Lord. And you hear people say that earnestly, but it doesn't seem to be the evidence of their choices. The evidence of their choices seems to be they're doing it for themselves. They want to be seen, like the Pharisees, and Jesus called them on the carpet in the Sermon on the Mount. We say we're doing it for the Lord, but we're doing it to be admired. We're doing it to please ourselves, which is often the case, I think. And we just put it under the guise of doing it for the Lord. If we are working for the Lord, then we can be content knowing that our effort is pleasing to Him. I wonder if the Pharisees were content, thinking that what they were doing was pleasing to the Lord, when Jesus flat out tells them, sorry, you're only pleasing to the eyes of people here on this earth, but not to God. Proverbs 16:3 says, commit your works to the Lord. Commit your works to the Lord. If we're doing that, if we have that understanding that what I am doing, I'm doing as unto the Lord, as if it's not for the people around me I'm doing it, it's for Him, which means I have to do my best for Him. Not leave the job half done, not commit to doing it for Him, and then, oh, look at that over there, squirrel. I want to go do that instead. That sounds more fun. That means the decision is being made for my selfishness, because I want to be happy. I want to have this enjoyment of being a part of that and doing that. Regarding work, to whom do we do it for? For whom do we do it, I should say? And how is it that we carry it out? Do we do our level best at it because it's for the Lord? Or do we do it halfway because it's not really for the Lord? We're just doing it for people's applause. It's a tough decision to figure out, I think. We need to be still before the Lord and ask Him. The motivations for which we do things says it all about why we're doing it and for whom are we doing it. I struggle with that, with people who make commitments to things and they want you to know they're going to commit to that and they're going to do that, and they take it on, and then all of a sudden, crickets. And then all of a sudden they're off doing something else. They're committing to other things, other places. And the thing they said they would do has to be carried out by somebody else. Working for the Lord means we are doing, as these passages say, we work at it with all our heart as working for the Lord and not for human masters. That's in the church, that's on your job, that's wherever you go and you work at it. Do it for the Lord and do your best. And keep that commitment that you made and allow nothing else to get in its way, because you're doing it for the Lord. And if something else gets in your way, then that sounds like idolatry to me. And we don't want to go there. Blessings to you today.